Did you know that the modern day alphabet that we all use evolved from an ancient African writing system known as the language of the gods? Yes, the letter A actually evolved from the ancient Egyptian.
Peace and love, my black guys. Now in this video I want to talk about some of our ancient languages, all born out of the same Afro-Asiatic family, I guess you could say. Many of these languages coming out of this, many of these languages being Semitic in origin. Languages such as Arabic and Hebrew having been born out of the ancient Symbolic language, which was spoken by many of people from Nubia or Sudan. Today it's known as Sudan, and Napata, and eventually moving up into what we call Southern Arabia in an area known as Saba. Many of such people that spoke this language were the Nubian or Nubu people who live in that area. They lived in the area of the Nile Valley. So a lot of these languages came out of the Nile Valley region, one of them being Arabic and Hebrew, which derived out of another language known as Saban. Now the thing about the Saban language is that this language derived out of two older languages. Those languages being the Sumerian standard language of Imigir and the ancient hieroglyphic language known as the Metaneter. Now, the Kemetic language, ancient Egyptian, Kemetic, Tamaray, or Tamiri language, one of the many languages that come out of a triliteral or triconsonantal language. All of them having a consonantal root to them. A lot of these Semitic languages came out of it, one of those languages being Arabic. So it's a lot easier to learn Arabic or Hebrew just knowing that there were just three consonants that were involved with the languages. For example, if you was to look at any of the languages or any of the words within the Metaneter, you only see three consonants within each one. Now, there were also other languages, other letters that were being used to expand on the words. But most of the Metaneter, most of the Arabic, most of the Hebrew, all were just evolved three letters, and they were all consonants. Now, with each of these languages, they all have their own writing style. You got the ancient Kemetic hieroglyphs, and there's also the different styles of writing, such as the hieroglyphic, hieratic, and demotic. One of the most famous out of the text, out of the letters that were used in ancient Kemet are the hieroglyphs. These are the most recognizable. I mean, if you was to go to ancient Kemet and you was to, decipher the text, you would decipher them by the hieroglyphs that you would see on the walls of, the pyramids, the temples, any of the obelisks, the obelisks that they have. This is the main script that you would see. Now, one of the most formal form of writing in ancient Kemet was the Demotic and the Coptic texts. These were more like cursive writing, and they were basically a much better form of the hieroglyphics. You have many different writing styles of the hieroglyphic text. I mean, the whole Demotic text, essentially, like, if you was to know how to decipher the hieroglyphics, you could decipher the Demotic text itself. Studying the alphabet, learning the alphabet, and actually spending the time to learn and study the Metaneter could actually help us reassess some of our latent DNA and help us get in touch with our past. Now, one of the easiest ways to study is through a method known as active recall, where you will learn certain information and you will basically you would study the information, you would learn it, you will absorb it, and then you will basically put time off to just let your mind rest, and then you'll go back into writing down what you can memorize. That way you can unlock some of the latent genes of your ancestors. Now, the thing is, what I like about Dr. York is that he provided us with a new language that he created known as the Nawapic language, where he took Arabic, the Demotic, the Coptic, the Syriac, and the hieroglyphics, and he basically put these together to create and give us a new language, or an ancient language, which he called Saba or Saban, which was originally known as Nuwapic. Within the pages, you know, you will learn the letters, or for better words, the alphabet, and you will learn how to pronunciate certain vowels. You know, one of the things about Dr. York is that he took the consonantal, the triconsonantal words, you know, the consonants that were provided, and he added a vowel system to it so that we can best pronounce the words correctly. That's one thing people didn't realize about the Nawapic language, is that Dr. York really did teach us the meta-nectar through the Sabec language. I would advise us to actually try to learn it, and I would advise us to try and learn some other Afro-Asiatic languages or African languages, such as the Gaz language. Learn the Gaz, learn Syriac, learn the Arabic, you know, learn even Xhosa, you know. Like, I would advise us try to get into learning Xhosa, learning how to pronounce and accurately produce clicks and ticks with our mouths, you know. And for all of the so-called, we were indigenous, we were always here, you know, for those people, what best way to, you know, get into claiming indigenous heritage than to learn the Muskegee language? So I advise all indigenous people, all the people claiming to be Aborigine of the Americas, saying that the Americas is the true Egypt, I would advise you all to actually try to learn these languages, seriously, especially the meta-nectar. I mean, you can't really claim this land to be Egypt, and we still have people who are descendants of ancient Kemet, such as the Basa, the Nuba, the Beja, the Beni Amir. You know, we still have these people living around the Nile Valley, the Nile River. The Mississippi River is not the Nile. This man right here had built a Tamaray in Athens, Georgia. This is the compound that he built. This is Tamaray. He got the pyramids, he got an obelisk, he got totem poles. You know, he even taught us that we were the Creeks, the Seminole, the Washita, and